Hello, everyone, and good evening to you all. I welcome you to another video tutorial on the USOil, and this is going to be a follow-up detail to my previous analysis on this pair. Well, during the course of last week's trading session, I was unable to take any advantage of this bearish momentum that happened last week. We saw how price action has been trading right below the very important key level at the $86 area, which I identified during the early hours of the last week trading session. So we can see throughout the course of last week, price traded right below the $86 level. So we saw the scenario where price climbed right down into the $82 area, price came back up again, and then we saw our price came back down from that level a second time. I think multiple times we had price coming down that level. Well, the reason why I didn't take advantage of that bearish move was simply because of the fact that I noticed that there has been buying pressure around this area, and you can see the structure we have here on the 1 hour time frame. We can see that what we have here looks more like higher lows as price action continued to find higher lows, but was unable to break above the very important $86 area. So now that we're heading into the new week, what is really going to be our plan as we look at this structure from a technical standpoint? So scaling up into the daily time frame. Well, the first thing we observed on the daily time frame, like I showed you during my last week analysis on this pair, was that price action has been on a strong bullish momentum in the last 2 years. And as a result of this, I was able to connect the series of higher lows here to give us that resulting bullish trend line. As you can see, price has consistently respected that bullish trend line in the last 2 years. Now, if we zoom into what has been happening since the month of May, I was also able to connect the series of lower highs here as we found lower lows and lower highs, which collapsed right back into that bullish trend line. And as soon as price caught within that bullish trend line, we started seeing buying pressure right around that area. Though we had a breakdown of the bullish trend line during the later part of the month of September, but as you can see here, the selling pressure wasn't strong enough as buyers took over one more time. Now, the very important structure here that very important I show you is the $86 mark. So look at the $86 level here, and if we go to as far as the month of August, we can see how this level has been a major determinant of price action. Look at what happened here in the month. In the early days of the month of August, we saw that as soon as price got within that area, buyers gathered there to push price to the upside. We had buying pressures again during the later part of the month of August, stroke the early days of the month of September, but we saw how sellers was strong enough to push price right below that key level at the $86 mark. And throughout the course of the month of September, price kept on trading right below that structure. So, and when we look at what happened during the early days of this month, we saw the breakout of that structure one more time, and though we had a breakdown again in the last couple of weeks. Now, with the current information I just shared with you right now, you would observe that this level has been a major determinant of price action, at least in the last 3 to 4 months now. And one thing that also caught my attention here is this impulsive move that took price right out of that key level. And if you look at the breakout of that key level, it also lines up with the bearish trend line I showed you earlier to give us a bullish signal. And if you remember vividly, you will know that this impulsive move was as a result of the OPEC Plus meeting, which took place I think 3 weeks ago, where they decided to cut oil production. And from that event, participant in this market has been expecting that bullish momentum to happen. Though we had this impulsive move that took price right out of that structure, and from a technical standpoint, whenever an impulsive move happens like this, we expect a retracement back into retesting the structure that was broken, and then we look out for patterns on lower time frame that will be supporting a trend continuation to the upside. So since the breakout of the bearish trend line. We saw price came back to do a retest of that structure during the course of last week trading session, and this is one of the reasons why I didn't actually take advantage of that bearish move that I was noticing and observing right below the $86 level. So with the current structure we have here, following this impulsive move, we expect price to come back into our golden zone area, maybe somewhere within the 50 to 78.6% of the previous impulse leg here, after which we look out for patterns on lower time frame that will be supporting a trend continuation to the upside. So now with the current information we have here, let's see what is really happening around this area as this retracement phase ended. I mean this retracement phase from here as it ended. As we can see throughout the course of last week, we saw consolidation rise around that bullish trend line we identified earlier and still right below the key level at the $86 mark. So my perspective going into the new week are two things I want to be looking at. Well, the first important perspective I want to be looking at is the breakout of the $86 level to incite the second wave of that bullish momentum that started a couple of weeks ago. So if that is going to happen, we want to be seeing something like a breakout of the $86 level. Remember I told you how that level has been holding selling pressure throughout the course of last week. So we want to see price break out of that structure that is taking out all the sell position around that area to give us a signal that the buyers have come to stay. And if that happens, remember we don't want to get too excited as we want to wait for price to give us further confirmation, which is likely going to come in the form of a retest of structure. After which we look out for patterns on lower time frame that will be supporting a trend continuation to the upside. So that is the first scenario I'm looking forward to. However, the other scenario is still looking very dicey to me. That is price breaking down that bullish trend line. I'm of the opinion that if that happens, I really need to see something very significant for me to be joining that bearish momentum to the downside, considering the fact that we have a very strong demand zone somewhere around the $77 area and the $80 mark area. So let's scale down to the 1 hour, 4 hours time frame and let's see what is really happening here. Are we going to be having a structure around here that will be supporting a trend continuation to the upside? So in order to do that, we want to scale down to the 4 hours time frame. And on the 4 hours time frame, what did we see on the 4 hours time frame? So let me reset this chart and let's see what structure we have here. So look at what happened during the course of last week. So we saw this impulsive move a couple of weeks ago to the downside, which we took advantage of. And then we started seeing price rejecting the $82 area. We saw the first rejection, price found a higher low, rejection of the $86 level again, price found was unable to break below the previous low here, and price appears to be trading right above that bullish trend line. So one thing I want to be looking out for in the week is a breakout of the $86 level, after which a retest to structure will be giving me a confirmation to join the rally to the upside. So what this simply means is that the $86 level is going to be my major yardstick for any trading opportunity for this new week. So I will be pausing the video at this point and be rest assured that I will be jumping in the comment section to give you a clue into how I intend to trade this after monitoring how participants in this market is going to be relating to this current structure. If this video has been of immense help in making your own individual decision on this pair, kindly support this project by clicking the like button. You will also want to follow me on my TradingView platform at Dark Sherry so that you don't miss out on the regular updates I normally share in the comment section of every video. Thank you for watching this video and I look forward to seeing you on Monday right in the comment section of this video. Bye bye.